Do you have something inspiring to say? Have you always known that your voice can contribute to the world? Is now the time? Yes, now is the time. The world is waiting for you. Welcome to the Inspired Choices Network Open Mic Spotlight Show. Today, we have an inspiring guest who is ready to share their voice with the world. Now, on to the show.
Welcome everyone to the Open Mic Spotlight. I am Rhonda Burns talking today with another amazing semi-finalist in our contest here on Inspired Choices Network. We have got a contest that we ran inviting folks who wanted to become a host, and they are in the hunt for winning a 3-month spot with us. And I have another, like I said, amazing lady with me this morning. Going to be talking to Patricia Ann Morrison, who is an admittedly eclectic, eccentric personality. We're going to call her Patti. She's also known as Patti or Trish, is of Blackfoot heritage, and has experienced a life from decades of physical, emotional, and mental abuse to flowering and becoming the person she is today. An award-winning visual artist with a penchant for paint, yarn, clay, and beads, Patti is also a published author, crafts and magazine, newspaper articles, arts related, an experienced workshop facilitator, native crafts, truly unique and special, beadwork, access consciousness bars, and more, a trained graphic designer, and a loving mom of 2 truly unique and special souls. She's also lived and grown through 2 strokes and battles mobility issues, anxiety, and depression. She uses the tools dear to her, humour, Punsmistress at best, access consciousness, and Reiki, and so many more, to keep her being who she is and who she is becoming. Patricia's show will inform about the many physical, verbal, and nonverbal tools that we can use to improve every aspect of our lives, all the while throwing in some of her unique brand of humor. Welcome to the spotlight, Patti.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited. I'm just brimming with excitement to be here today, and it's such an exciting time, more awareness around the world, and such a mind-blasting opportunity to be a part of it.
Well, I am thrilled to have you here today and to get to know you and to introduce you to the listeners, and just let's give them as much flavor and essence of you this morning, so there's no question as to who you are and what you are contributing to the world. So how about I start asking you some questions? Would that work for you?
I love questions.
Cool. Well, let's start with an easy one. I'll lob you an easy one, okay?
Okay.
If you were to be chosen as the contestant winner to become a host, what would your proposed radio show be called?
My proposed radio show would be called Don't Be a Tool, Use Them.
That's awesome. I'm jotting that one down. Don't be a tool, use them. Cool. And tell me more about that. Like, tell me what you love about that and why that name.
When I read about the contest and I wanted to enter it, I had to come up with a show idea. I thought, what do I really need to do in my life? And I personally need to use more tools for myself. Everybody goes through a gamut of emotions, and sometimes we let those get the better of us. So I need to address my tools first, and then by doing so, I can help other people use their tools.
Awesome.
And share new tools and back and forth.
Cool. Well, on that same vein, so is there a favorite? If you had to pick one favorite, and I hate when people do this for me, but I'm going to ask you anyway. If you had one favorite tool that you went to every single time without fail, it was your favorite tool, could you name it?
Humor.
Humor. Ah, one of my girls. I love it. One of my favorites, right? How much does humor change things faster than anything? Oh, my gosh.
Does. It's just boom.
Oh, good. I love it. Great answer. A+. Awesome. So obviously you're a very creative individual. You've got lots of art, and I love that. So why don't you just give the listeners and myself a little bit of your background? I read a little bit in your bio, but tell us your story. As much as you want or as little, that where you were and how you got here, and what you want us to know. Would that be all right?
Yes, of course.
Cool.
It's been a bit of a roller coaster ride, but whose life isn't? I grew up in a single parent household, and most of the time that parent was absent. And my brother and I fended for ourselves from a very young age. I mean, I can remember being 6 and having to take care of things in the house by myself. Make sure that I'm ready to go to school, ready to take care of my brother, blah, 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 blah. So from there, and there was a lot of physical abuse in that single parent family as well. There was things that I don't think anybody should ever experience or witness. And so anyhow, I grew from there. I learned basically to just keep my mouth shut and not be seen, not be heard, just try to coast on through life. And that continued on to relationships after leaving the house. And sometimes your choices are not the wisest things in the world.
Nope, but they sure create awareness, don't they?
They certainly do. They certainly do. I've grown from that. I've made my choices. I'm responsible for my choices, and each of those choices has led me to where I am today. There was a considerable amount of physical abuse, including domestic abuse with my husband, my ex-husband, and that's the end of that kind of a thing. Then I started to have my own single parent family. I was a mom and dad to my 2 children, and I promised my children I would never do to them what has been done to me, and I never have. And they know they're loved and welcomed and encouraged, and I'm grateful for that. After going back to school to study advertising and graphic design and also business administration, I'm a perpetual student. I love to learn about everything. And I ended up having 2 strokes, one 9 years ago and one 5 years ago, that have left me with some mobility issues and memory issues. What were we talking about? What was that? That question?
Funny lady. I love it. You're just telling us a little bit about your story.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
She's very clever. I caught that.
And I just, so I push myself every day. I push myself to get out of bed. I push myself to do all the things that are my responsibilities. And I push myself to encourage others to continue on with themselves as well. Wow. That's a little bit about me.
Thank you so much. So I just want to acknowledge and honor, your self-sufficiency and your independence, and yes, the strength, Rena, in the chat room, how strong you are as a woman. I know, right, there are a lot of people in the world who have experienced and created a great deal of hardship and difficulty and suffering, etc. And you've obviously continued and not given up, which is, I just want to acknowledge that. We need more people in the world like yourself who have lived the hard roads, have gone down the hard roads, and are now working to empower others. So congratulations for still being here and for not giving up and for using the humor and the kindness. Like, there's such a kindness in the energy of you. I've never met you in person yet. So just, thank you for not giving up, and thank you for being an example in the world that no matter what we've been through, there's always a fresh perspective. And I love that you are a perpetual student. That is actually one of our greatest gifts if we continue to always learn and grow. So thank you for sharing. Yeah, awesome. You bet. So, what do you want people to know?
Oh, wow.
Boom.
I was not expecting that question.
No, that was literally a big boulder in the middle of the room. So yes, if you could impart any piece of wisdom for somebody tuning in and they had just a glimmer of it, what would you like for them to know? It could be as small or as large as you like.
Okay. Well, I would love for people to know what an exquisite and beautiful being that they actually are. And many of them don't realize it and don't have the tools to access that part of themselves. And that's what I want to do, is to help them recognize some tools, use the tools, and see how they progress, hopefully in a positive manner.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah. We all need champions and cheerleaders and empowerment agents to remind us when we forget. So I love that. Thank you. Cool. So I see, yes, you do Reiki work, access consciousness bars. Do you have any favorite modalities or any type of thing that's more of a favorite go-to of yours than another? They're all amazing, I know.
They are. I love my access consciousness bars. Getting my bars run is just rebreathing. Is that a word? It's a Patti word.
I make up words all the time. You're in great company. So for those of you, would you mind sharing just a little smidge of what the access consciousness bars are for those who may not be aware of that modality or that tool?
Certainly. The access consciousness bars are 32 points on our head that relate to various social being aspects of our lives. And when you gently press on these points, you're releasing truths that you've bought into that may not be helping yourself progress. For example, over the eyes, there's joy and sadness. And I'm sure that, as an example, you've heard this say a couple of things like, if you're very happy and you're with a bunch of people and you're just ecstatic and you're going through the roof and you're just, on a high, people come up and go, wait a sec, are you drunk? Are you stoned? What's going on here? Why are you
what
so
drugs
happy?
are you on?
Exactly, because society would have us believe that in order to be happy, we have to be on some kind of external item.
Right.
And that's just not necessary. So what you're doing is you're releasing those aspects. And even by us talking about this, you're becoming more aware of what is a truth for you, what is not a truth for you, what you're going to keep with you, what's going to help you, you're going to get rid of. But when you get your bars run, you feel so amazing afterwards. You're just shucking.
Yeah.
Not the other word, shucking. It's shucking.
And I'm very familiar with the bars. I was a practitioner and a facilitator as well with Access. I've had my bars run. It's going on 6 years now, and I will say it's an energetic process that actually does create so much space and ease in our physical bodies. It's relaxing, and I would direct folks, if you would like to learn more about the Access bars, there are practitioners all over the world. You can just go to accessconsciousness.com.
177 countries.
Is it 177 now? That's amazing. Yeah. So you can find folks all over as well. And it's one of my tools as well, because as somebody who is a perpetual head tripper, who's always right in my head or in everybody else's head, it's helped me quiet all of that excess. So I'm excited to meet one more practitioner in the world who favors that set of tools as well. Well, Patti, we are about to come up on our first break, so I think I'm going to let the listeners take a breather, and I've got lots more questions so we can get to know Patti Morrison after the break. But for now, you guys are listening to the Open Mic Spotlight. I am Rhonda Burns, and again, we're talking with one of our semi-finalists in our Win a Radio Show contest, talking to Patti Ann Morrison. And if you'll stay tuned, we'll be back after this commercial break.
Great.
Do you have something inspiring to say? Would you like a taste of being one of our inspired hosts? Get on the air on the Inspired Choices Network Open Mic Spotlight Show. The Open Mic Spotlight Show is your time to shine and inspire our global audience. Shows air at 9 a.m. on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday each week. Claim your spot today. Simply contact our network owner at info@inspiredchoicesnetwork.com. Forget the days of 5 minutes of fame. Now you can have 55 minutes of fame.
Are you a subject matter expert? Are you here to share your expertise with an audience waiting to hear from you in only the way you can deliver? Are you ready to have your voice amplified across the airwaves? Inspired Choices Network has a global radio platform streaming to millions of people across the world. Professionally produced and supported by an accomplished team every step of the way, you can broadcast from anywhere in the world, knowing your voice matters, and we ensure it is delivered with ease and efficiency. Eager to hear your message? The world awaits. Contact us today to become an Inspired Choices Network radio host. Email becomeahost@inspiredchoicesnetwork.com.
You are listening to the Open Mic Spotlight Show here on Inspired Choices Network. To call in and ask questions, call 815-880-8255 in the U.S., 613-800-8736 in Canada, or Skype us at Inspired Choices Network. Now back to the show.
Welcome back to the next segment, friends. I'm Rhonda Burns, talking today with Patti Ann Morrison, one of our contestants in our contest here on Inspired Choices Network. If you guys have never joined us live, please come on over to inspiredchoicesnetwork.com. Click on the chat room link, and you can come backstage and interact with all of us here. We've got a party happening up in here today. So, Patti Ann, how you doing? You ready for some more chat?
I am ready.
Okay, awesome. How about, let me ask you, when was the last time you felt super uncomfortable?
Okay.
Like 5 minutes
Can I say
ago?
daily? Is this mic working? No, uncomfortability is a part of everyday life.
Mm-hmm.
I can't really put a name to any one particular thing, but it's present with everybody because you never know what's going to happen next. So there's always a bit of uncomfortability.
Yeah.
In everything that you do, but there's also a level of excitement that will override that.
Nice. Say more about that.
Well, you can be uncomfortable because you're not aware, you're not sure what's going to happen or anything like this with any aspect in your life. But then there's the excitement of what could be. There's the potential that's out there that just fills you with an energy of go forward, and that oftentimes just overrides all of the uncomfortableness.
Yeah, I love that. And me, I'm an excitement enthusiast. So I'm always ready for the next adventure. And I'm also aware that a lot of people in the world, that kind of unhinges them. So, yeah, I wonder what else is possible there. Cool. Well, thank you for answering that. So what sort of things inspire you?
A lot. Seeing people's energy expand, that's very inspiring. Seeing people reach out for their potential. I don't want to say people reaching their potential because I don't think we can ever really truly reach our potential. Mm-hmm. But it's the reaching out part, seeing them make that move, seeing myself make that move, mm-hmm. or that is inspiring. Seeing my family grow. Oh, that's a really good question.
Right? When people stump me with this one, I'm like, oh my gosh, so much, right? And there's no right or wrong answer exactly. So you said early on, the first thing you said was seeing people's energy expand. Can you say more about that for those who may not quite comprehend what you mean by that?
Well, for a lot of people, like with friends or with clients, they come to you sometimes with issues or problems that they're having. When mm-hmm. you can help them understand an issue or see through an issue and try to reach out for the future, and they get that look in their eye, that aha, mm-hmm. and then you can see almost them pump.
Gotcha.
They expand and they're ready to go forward, and I love that. That's so inspiring.
It is. It's those light bulb moments, and
yes.
Yeah, like the being, the soul, the essence of them, it's like they stand up straighter and they puff out their chest like, oh, yeah,
Exactly.
I got this. Yeah, I love
Yes.
that. Thank you for the clarification. Cool. I know some of us speak languages that not everybody understands, so I always try to make sure we can bridge any gaps for folks. That's awesome. Okay, Miss Patti, what makes you laugh? I know you love humor, so I'm excited. What makes you laugh?
The oddest things. I almost got kicked out of the theater for laughing when E.T. died. It's just something will just catch my attention, and I'll turn it around into a pun, or I'll start laughing, and it's sometimes it's a curse, sometimes it's a blessing, but I enjoy it all the way through.
That is awesome.
Especially puns. I love to do the puns.
Cool. Do you have any that just come to mind? I'm not going to put you on the spot there, but I'm just wondering if you have any come to mind. Puns are really fun for me too.
I do have something that I wanted to say about tools.
Please do. Yes.
Do you know what a palindrome is?
I do, but for those who may not know, please explain.
A palindrome is a character by character. That means that each letter spelled front to back and back to front has a different meaning, but you can use the same letters to go back and forth.
Cool. Yep.
So, for instance, Madam, I'm Adam. If you spelled that backwards, it would be Madam, I'm Adam. Well, I'm not going to talk about palindromes. I'm going to talk about pattydromes. And with the subject of my show being tools, okay, a tool spelled backwards is loot.
Ooh.
Loot is a treasure, and so are the tools that you're going to get on my show.
Oh, that's a quote. Put it in the chat room. Say that again. I like it. That's a keeper.
So, Lules are a toot.
Lules are a toot. Yes, they are.
This is a hoot. Tools and loot are treasures.
Tools and loot are treasure. I love it. That is awesome. How does it get any better than that? Good morning, everybody joining. Man, you got a rocking chat room this morning, Patti. Everybody who's not here is
Welcome,
missing
everybody.
out. Yes. I love it.
Oh,
cool.
Thank you, Rena. I love that idea. I'm definitely going to put that in a meme. Thank you.
Yeah, so memes, right? And Rena does a great job of memes. I've seen a lot of hers on social media. Awesome. Cool. So
one of the things I love about the contest is meeting the other ladies and becoming friends with them on Facebook, and just, wow, phenomenal people.
Yeah. And so that's what really, I'm going to give a little shout out to Inspired Choices Network. And it is really about bringing conscious voices to the world. And I am also a host and an executive producer here on the network. And I hold this network very near and dear to my heart. We really are a family and a community that desires to really raise that frequency and vibration in the world, and to put positive material out there, and to offering tools and content and wisdom and guidance, etc. Because the world is an amazing place, and there's a lot of chaos and disorder, and so it's amazing to see the 9 of you. There are 9 of you semi-finalists. And to see the interaction and the expansion of your friend circles and stuff has been so inspiring to me. So thank you for saying that. And yeah, I'm just grateful for each and every one of you for playing, showing up and playing out, so playing full out. So congratulations for that, you and all of you.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, let me ask you this. What do you have a favorite part of the work that you do? Something that you maybe enjoy more than others?
Again, I think it's seeing the spark in people's eyes. That does it for me. I do like getting paid. Don't miss out on that one.
Spark in the eyes, for sure.
But I do love seeing that spark, because that's very inspiring, and it just makes me know that I'm going in the right direction, helping people.
Awesome.
And that's what it's about.
Good. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Sorry. So to help folks get that spark in their eye, do you do that through your hands-on body work, such as Reiki and bars? And is that what you're speaking to?
Actually, yes, through the Reiki and the bars, but there's also other things that I do that help them. I have been for about 30 some odd years helping people express feelings and emotions in art and crafts and things like that. Now, I'm not a registered art therapist or anything like this, but at one point I was looking into that. I see what people are feeling through their drawings and their paintings. I just have
wow.
I can tell if they're upset. I can tell just by the colors, just by the strokes. And I encourage people to, sometimes I'll go into workshops like at women's shelters down south in London. I used to go in there and help the women express the pent-up feelings and emotions, getting them out on paper and things like that. That's a biggie for me. Getting out those feelings, getting them to see, oh, there's a light at the end of this. That's getting them to create something when there's so much negativity. You're bringing creation into the world. It's a powerful thing.
It is very powerful, and I love that. Again, personally, I'm not an artist in this form. I'm an artist with words, and I write. But what I love about this, because so many people, and especially women, have such difficulty expressing themselves with words or to speak it, right? So the ability to give them an outlet and an avenue to express it via painting or sculpting or whatever that artistic route is so important. So I love hearing that. And that is, as everybody's saying in the chat room, that is a beautiful capacity and gift. And wow, that's amazing. So do you teach any classes yourself? I know you said you're not an art therapist, but do you offer classes that people could join?
I do have one that I broached amongst some of my peers, and that is, have you heard of an activity called Paint Social? Where you go and you have a glass of wine and you paint.
Oh, they're popping up all over my city. They're everywhere now. That's the thing. Yes.
I want to do something similar. I'm sitting at my studio and I'm hoping to have it finished by the end of this year and open up in 2018. But what I want to offer is a finger painting class, because you have no idea how freeing
I love
painting
messy
is
fingers.
design.
I really do.
I mean, I'm painting in the air right now. I mean, my room is now gorgeous. It's just
so good.
You can just put your fingers in the paint and just go, and it's just totally stress relieving. And I would like to offer. I don't want to say classes. I want to say like play sessions.
Oh, that's so inviting. Oh my gosh, everybody in the chat room is like, yes. I'm like, yes, that is amazing. So I know you and I live far apart, but for folks, so tell people where in the world you live and where this might be available to play with you in the future.
I live in Sudbury, Ontario, Canada.
Awesome.
And there's come on up or come on down.
Come on down or over. Or
come on over.
So with that being said, we're going to head into our second break. But if folks would like to get in touch with you, to keep in touch with you, to find out about maybe what you have available, what you can offer, maybe just to have a conversation with you, how might they get in touch with you?
The easiest way to get in touch with me is on my Facebook page, which is called Turtle Woman. Insight Grows and Healing Flows.
Turtle Woman, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, on Facebook, Turtle Woman on Facebook. And on Facebook, do you go by Patricia or Patti? What do you go by? So if people need to cross-reference.
I have my Patricia Ann Morrison page, which is a more professional page. And then I have my Patti Cakes page. Cakes spelled K-E-C-Z, because that's just how I roll. And I like to be a little different. I'm on both of those pages. And, just send me a message and we can start talking.
I'm going to encourage you to keep moving in that direction, because the feedback in the chat room is overwhelming. We all want to come to the finger painting and the painting classes. Like, oh, my God. So, yeah, like when you when we live our passions, when we live what's fun for us and express it and allow and invite other people to join us, that's when the magic truly does take off and expand. So good on you, girl. All right. Well, I'm going to give you and our listeners a breather. We're going to head to our second break. Friends, you're listening to the Open Mic Spotlight. I'm Rhonda Burns, talking today with Patti Ann Morrison, one of our contestants in our Win a Host contest. Win a radio show. I can't even tell you what
if I could win a host, do I get Christine and you? This is like a package deal. I love it.
Lord have mercy, too much coffee. I don't know. It's Friday. That's all I know. So, friends, stay tuned. We'll be back after this commercial break.
Do you have something inspiring to say? Would you like a taste of being one of our inspired hosts? Get on the air on the Inspired Choices Network Open Mic Spotlight Show. The Open Mic Spotlight Show is your time to shine and inspire our global audience. Shows air at 9 a.m. on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday each week. Claim your spot today. Simply contact our network owner at info@inspiredchoicesnetwork.com. Forget the days of 5 minutes of fame. Now you can have 55 minutes of fame.
Are you a subject matter expert? Are you here to share your expertise with an audience waiting to hear from you in only the way you can deliver? Are you ready to have your voice amplified across the airwaves? Inspired Choices Network has a global radio platform streaming to millions of people across the world. Professionally produced and supported by an accomplished team every step of the way, you can broadcast from anywhere in the world, knowing your voice matters, and we ensure it is delivered with ease and efficiency. Eager to hear your message, the world awaits. Contact us today to become an Inspired Choices Network radio host. Email becomeahost@inspiredchoicesnetwork.com.
You are listening to the Open Mic Spotlight Show here on Inspired Choices Network. To call in and ask questions, call 815-880-8255 in the U.S., 613-800-8736 in Canada, or Skype us at Inspired Choices Network. Now back to the show.
Welcome back to the Open Mic Spotlight, everybody. I am Rhonda Burns, and let me clean that up heading into the last break. I didn't know what I was talking about. I am talking to Patti Ann Morrison, who was one of our contestants, semi-finalist in the Win a Radio Show contest that Inspired Choices Network has got going on. Welcome back, Patti.
I'm back.
Oh, I'm having so much fun. How are you doing over there?
Great.
Awesome.
This has been
Good.
an amazing experience. I was really nervous to begin with, but I just feel like I'm actually in the same room with you, and we're having tea, and we're just having a
That
great
is
chat.
what I love. Yes. And man, like the power of technology, like we can be anywhere in the world, and literally it is like sitting in the same room having a little tea, coffee experience. So thank you so much for playing along with me today. So here's one of the questions by one of my production team, city, beach, or countryside. You may have heard this.
Oh, city, beach, or countryside. Yes. I'll take all three for.
Me too.
Oh man. Well, city is out.
Okay, city's out. Tossed.
I'm going with beach.
Oh, tell me what do you think it is about the beach that you would pick?
I don't know if the correct word is sonorous, but the sound of the waves just soothes your soul.
Yeah.
I went
powerful about the beach. Yeah.
It's just very, very, and then digging your toes into that hot granular sand. Just okay. When's my flight?
Take a beach, baby. TravelOutCity.com. Well, no, I'm not promoting anybody. Sorry. That's awesome. Oh, so good.
Definitely beach.
The oceans are beautiful, amazing. I'm sorry?
What about you?
What about me? This isn't about me, but yes, I would say I am a beach girl for sure. I love to go to the beach. I'm getting more clear that I wouldn't live at the beach, but I would live on a body of water, probably a fresh lake or a river. But the beach is my go-to soothing rejuvenation place for sure as well. Yeah. Cool.
Nice.
All right. So, Miss Patti, how will you know you've made a difference in the world?
I don't need any particular feedback to know that I've made a difference in the world. I can just see it with my eyes. Like, I don't need a verbal feedback. I can see people as they go along in their lives, people who have come to me for help, and I can see them progress. That's it. That's how I know I've made a difference.
That's amazing. There's such a self-knowing in that response and a self-trust. That's beautiful. So keep it up. I love it. Thank you. All right. Here's another one. How do you think you'll feel about having a radio show that could reach as many people as you wish?
I don't think there are words to encompass the actual burst of energy and vibrance that's poking through me at that thought. It's phenomenal. Just, I'm starting to shake. What's going on?
Awesome, right? Well, that's a lot of energy moving. I can sense that. And I'm going to invite the listeners, are you willing to tap into that level of excitement and enthusiasm that Patti's tapped into right now?
There's such a vibrancy about being able to spread your message, period, let alone having so many people hear it and encompass the portions that they particularly need and go on.
Yeah.
It's just...
it's good stuff. Why do you think I do it? Why do you think we get to do this each and every week? I'm like, it is so much fun and such a gift. And when you get that feedback that people tuned in from all over the world, it's pretty freaking cool. So that's awesome. Okay. How about, so what do you do to recharge your batteries, so to speak, Patti? Or to find inspiration?
Yes. Mm-hmm. I get into anything creative. I'll put a canvas up, start slapping some paint on it, or I'll cut up some leather, make a new pair of moccasins. I'll do anything that I can to get creative. And that inspires me, that gets me generating and re-energizing.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. Very nice. Do you sell any of your art? I didn't ask you that. Any of the stuff that you create, do you sell it or do you just do it for you?
Yes.
Both? Yes, both. Say both. Okay, cool.
I have a Facebook page called Totally Patti. It's all one word, totally, and then Patti. And it's your place for imaginative arts and crafts.
Oh, I see the wordplay there. That's so good. Girl, you got, how many Facebook pages you got? You got
Can I plead the fifth on that? No, I have those are the two predominant pages that I work with.
Oh, that's awesome. Did you see Rena's comment in the chat room?
I did see that.
I'm coming to Sudbury now. That's awesome. Finger painting and
moccasins, Rena. You beater, get up here.
Oh, that's so good. I love it. Oh my gosh, I haven't had a pair of moccasins since I was a girl. That's so cool. Beautiful.
I teach classes on that.
You teach classes on moccasin making?
Yeah.
Get in line. Get on the list, people. Let's go.
Moccasins, beadwork, traditional beadwork, or contemporary beadwork.
Oh, that is beautiful. Oh my goodness, that is definitely a class, Christine. That's awesome. So I love that you get creative, and folks get creative in their own ways. But obviously, yeah, art and moccasins and beads and stuff.
I just came up with the name for the class.
What? Oh, you want to share it?
Yes, with Access Consciousness, we want to be, right?
Right.
So for the beading class, he says, "You beater, believe it." BEADER.
Oh, cute. That's awesome. You heard it here first, folks.
That's it.
Awesome. Thanks for typing that in, Christine. Okay, Madame, if you were to if you were to have your perfect day, could you describe that for us?
First, I want to know what your definition of perfect is.
Well, if that's, again, I don't, but it's like if you could design your most ideal day for you, what would that be?
My ideal day for me would be to get up, do all the things that I need to get myself functioning, cup of tea, shower, get, that kind of thing, and just open up to creativity, however it's going to present itself to me. Either I'm actually doing a painting or I'm having people coming in and I'm helping them re-energize or use their tools to become more of who they are. If I could do that permanently, that would be amazing.
Definitely.
So,
do you have a favorite? Go ahead.
Nope, go ahead.
I was just going to ask you if you have a favorite kind of tea that you drink.
I do love green tea. That is my favorite.
Awesome.
But I'm pretty much open to every tea there is.
Beautiful.
I have plenty in my cupboard. Sorry.
No, I love it. I'm just getting to know you. We're just having a conversation. I want to get to know you. Let the other listen.
The sun's coming out.
So good. Beautiful. So before we head into the break, why don't I ask you, do you have any daily rituals or practices that you utilize on a consistent basis that help you stay, present, grounded, inspired, etc.?
Yes. I in the morning I get up. I'm a firm believer in prayer and faith. I believe in God and all of the light entities out there. God is the reason I'm here. And so I offer my prayers in the morning. I offer my prayers at night. I talk to God during the day, hey, bud, I don't say bud, but you know what I mean, that kind of attitude. I don't like the ritualisticness of prayer that's done in churches, etc. I like to speak with him because he's there listening to me. And so I do a lot of that during the day. I also have, I take a few minutes at work. I built a grotto at my desk. People come by to sit at the grotto.
Cool!
It's just, so they just come in, they just breathe in for a little bit and just kind of relax. And I need that during the day as well.
Wow.
Just going to say, it's government work. That's all I'm going to say. A grotto is needed.
Right? And yeah, what a bright light and invitation in environments. And I think that's a great point before we go to commercial is, so you obviously have your ideal work and the work that you love and inspires you and is creative. And yes, you obviously have a government, job, but it really is about you taking the light of you and the beingness of you into wherever you go and being that invitation. That's beautiful. We do require that in the world, in my opinion. So congratulations on being that light and invitation and contribution in that environment and to the people that work and interact with you. So
my coworkers know. They stop by frequently to have a short Reiki treatment at my desk.
Awesome.
Or a very, very quick access bars release. And
wow. Man, can you imagine workplaces would be very different if more of us were utilizing our gifts and capacities in those places. So what else is possible? So good. All right. Well, Patti, let's take our last break and then we'll wrap up the show and I'll, let you impart any last minute, words of wisdom you'd like to lay on us. But friends, you are listening to the Open Mic Spotlight. I'm Rhonda Burns talking today with Patti Ann Morrison, one of our semi-finalists in our contest to win a radio show here on the Inspired Choices Network. And we're going to be back after this last commercial break.
Do you have something inspiring to say? Would you like a taste of being one of our inspired hosts? Get on the air on the Inspired Choices Network Open Mic Spotlight Show. The Open Mic Spotlight Show is your time to shine and inspire our global audience. Shows air at 9 a.m. on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday each week. Claim your spot today. Simply contact our network owner at info@inspiredchoicesnetwork.com. Forget the days of 5 minutes of fame. Now you can have 55 minutes of fame.
Are you a subject matter expert? Are you here to share your expertise with an audience waiting to hear from you in only the way you can deliver? Are you ready to have your voice amplified across the airwaves? Inspired Choices Network has a global radio platform streaming to millions of people across the world. Professionally produced and supported by an accomplished team every step of the way, you can broadcast from anywhere in the world, knowing your voice matters, and we ensure it is delivered with ease and efficiency. Eager to hear your message? The world awaits. Contact us today to become an Inspired Choices Network radio host. Email becomeahost@inspiredchoicesnetwork.com.
You are listening to the Open Mic Spotlight Show here on Inspired Choices Network. To call in and ask questions, call 815-880-8255 in the U.S., 613-800-8736 in Canada, or Skype us at Inspired Choices Network. Now back to the show.
And we are back. Welcome back, everybody, to the Open Mic Spotlight. I am Rhonda Burns, talking today with Patricia Ann Morrison, Patti, who is one of our semi-finalists, and we just have a few minutes left. So before I ask you, excuse me, to lay your last bit of wisdom on us, I had a question. What's the craziest thing you've ever done?
Okay. Get married.
Say more about that, if you will, please.
Marriage is not for the faint of heart.
Nope.
But everything is an adventure. The craziest thing that I've done,
besides
that
laughing, you died.
That I possibly regret doing is going ski joring on a horse that I wasn't too familiar with. That's probably the craziest thing I've done.
What was that word you used?
Ski joring?
I don't know what that is.
You know those little plastic skis that they're like little mini skis, and just strap them onto your shoes, and you kind of go do what you do. Tying yourself to the saddle that's actually tied to your horse and letting your horse have free rein and learning your horse likes to jump fences is probably not the best. Visual. That's probably the craziest thing that I've done. Probably one of the more painful ones, too.
I'm going to say that probably did not add to the physical condition all that much. Wow, that's a funny visual. Oh, my gosh.
I don't remember too much of the scenery.
Were you in your youth when this happened, or more like
14.
later in life? Pardon me?
14.
Okay, so
when this happened.
We'll give you credit. Okay, I think we're all like curious and like, hey, what happens when I do this? Right? Oh my gosh, that's a belly laugher. That's a good one. Thank you. Okay, let me catch my breath. That was really funny. So, I know you say one of the practices that you have is just being in prayer throughout the day. Do you have any guiding words or mantras that you use on a regular basis?
I like to listen to Darlene's mantras. You should hear her mantra. She's in the audience right now. She's in the chat room.
Oh, yeah?
I actually have her Yoga Nidra CD that I listen to. She's amazing. I wish she could actually speak and she could do her little bit of singing. That would be amazing. And Rena, yours the other day was, wow, very calming.
Yeah.
Prayers, though, I just kind of have I just continually invite the Spirit to be with me, to invite God to be with me, to invite all light beings, healing energies, healing entities to be with me and help me through the day. And That I do all the time.
Oh, that's beautiful. I love, right? And for folks who may not use these type practices or rituals or etc., it is that simple. It's just inviting some people call Holy Spirit, some people call on angels, right? Some people call on archangels, some people call on the light. You can call it whatever feels good to you, but it literally is just about inviting. It is very light, and just to invite it in. And as you were talking, what I loved about that is I get chills, which is one of my indications of that invitation and them being present. And it's just, it feels so good. So friends, if you're not utilizing that as a practice or just playing with it, I invite you to try it on.
It's a part of receiving. If you don't ask for it, if you don't encourage it, you're not going to have it.
Exactly. And we don't do receiving on this planet very well, which is another great thing about the access bars is it really does teach us and show us how to be better receivers here on planet Earth. So, yeah. And yes, Christine, if you don't ask, you cannot receive. So
that's right.
Awesome. Well, Patti, we have just about 3.5 minutes left. So I would invite you, if there's any last-minute words of encouragement or wisdom or anything that you'd like to lay on the listeners, invite them to, etc., I would invite you to share that with us if there's anything you'd like to.
A lot of people don't know about the different kinds of tools that are out there. There's verbal tools such as affirmations, coaching, mirror work, bragging, singing. When I say singing, it's about the singing. It's not about the voice. There's nonverbal tools like inner speak. There's physical tools, not just having your bars run or having an energy modality session or anything like that, but physical exercise, healthy eating, using essential oils, getting lost in something creative. All of these are tools that I'm hoping to share with you and learn about the tools that you want to share with me. And it all goes around.
Yeah, definitely. And we live in such a beautiful age that there is nothing we cannot put our hands on with the internet. We're all carrying around cell phones that are like mini computers in our pockets, right? We can search out anything. And I'm just going to invite and encourage listeners that if you're up against something right now or you're experiencing something, be willing to tune into you and silence any critics and just ask, what could best support me in this moment? And follow the prompts and the clues that you get, right? That's how I think most of us
listen to yourself. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. And that takes a little bit of quiet, a little bit of stillness. We're such a busy society and such a busy world that we do need to take some quiet time until we can get really present with that inner voice and that guidance. Many of us
sometimes
need to shut
we don't
the heck up.
recognize it.
Yeah. We're so disconnected from it, right? Oh my gosh. So we've literally just got a little bit of time left. And can you give me a synopsis in a minute? If there's anything you could change about the world, what would it be? I left a big doozy for the
anything
end.
I could change about the world. Raising a vibration and seeing the ripple. You just have to help one person and see the ripple go forward. You can't change. I would love to have the world peace, but you can't do that by yourself. You need others. So by helping one person who helps himself and then helps others, you've created that ripple, and that vibration rises.
Bask in that, my friends. Just one person, and it starts with you. Oh my gosh, Patti, this has been such a delightful time with you. Thank you so much for sharing you.
Thank you, Rhonda. Thank you, Christine.
With us.
And everybody in the audience.
Oh my gosh. I learned more about Patti. I don't know about y'all, but I had a great time. So be sure to catch the replays of Patti's interview here and all of our other semi-finalists. Let us know. Come over to the Inspired Choices Network Facebook page. Comment on the replays. Let us know what you loved. Cheer them on. And happiest of holidays to each and every one of you. Here is to an amazing day ahead and just so much love and light. Thanks, Patti. Have a great one, okay, darling? All righty. Take care, everybody. We'll see you on our next Open Mic Spotlight.
Thanks Thank you for listening to the Open Mic Spotlight radio show. We will be here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 a.m. Central, 7 a.m. Mountain, and 6 a.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. We hope you'll join us. Until then, continue to create you with joy and inspiration.